Deer Park Medical Centre is due to close at the end of this month, but campaigners from the patient participation group are trying to reverse the plans. It's over fears that it will leave them without a local GP and doctors at other surgeries in the area becoming overstretched.
People have come up and said, we have no disrespect, but we don't need you at our surgery. We have to wait 6 weeks to get to see a doctor. You're either going to be better or you're going to be dead. That's disgusting. People's lives are put at risk here. There's nothing wrong with Deer Park. I am staying to the very, very end, and so is my family. My doctor was a doctor. He was more than a doctor, he was a friend. Those doctors down there are friends. They are really, really decent people. And I'm not giving up.
The surgery is currently managed by Virgin Care, but after 6 years in charge, their tender comes to an end this month. That meant it was up for tender again last year to find a new bidder. The tender procurement period lasted for 5 weeks, but patients are saying it wasn't long enough to generate interest from other potential bidders.
We are desperate to keep this surgery open. Nobody can understand why they want to close it. There's 2,000 houses due to be built in the west of Witney, which is this area, which will bear 3 and 4 bedroom houses, which will generate at least 6,000 patients, which mean you add to the 4,000 and 4,500 we had before, and you've got a rather large surgery, which is what the CCG say they like. But we feel the tender process was flawed because they only put it out to tender for 35 days. Normally it's 3 months. They didn't really give it a chance. We just feel that they put every obstacle in the way for someone not to run the surgery so that it would close. Had they done it for 3 months, you don't know how many people would have come forward with an option to run the surgery, and it affects everybody in the town. I mean, we've got the town council, we've got the district council, and now we've got the county council saying that all this is wrong.
In response to patients' concerns, the Oxfordshire Clinical Commissioning Group provided me with this statement. When the new contract to run Deer Park Medical Centre was put out to tender in March 2016, just one bid was submitted. The bid was evaluated but unfortunately did not meet the required standard for the contract to be awarded. The clinical model offered did not give us assurance that the contract would be able to consistently provide services to the standard required. As we have said previously, approaches to other local practices to see whether they would like to take on the building as a branch surgery generated no interest, and the private owner of the premises is now actively marketing it for sale. The OCCG have sent letters to patients urging them to register at one of 9 other surgeries in the area, but residents say restrictive catchment areas and an increase in residents in the area could cause complications.
The houses that are being built, there's 1,000 houses as I speak, going up. You double that and double it again when they've got families. Where are all these people going to go? Woodstock was on the list of other surgeries. That's, 15 miles away. They can't take us. Cholbury can't take us. It's crazy. There's 9 surgeries on that letter. And it's CCG are saying, oh, you can go to one of those 9. You can't. You have to be in a catchment area.
A unanimous vote from councillors registered the planned closure as a substantial change. That means the decision over the surgery's future is now up to the Secretary of State for Health, Jeremy Hunt, and with just 2 weeks left before the surgery will close, the referral has now been with Mr Hunt for several weeks. The PPG is threatening to take legal action and hold him to account in court at a judicial review if he doesn't make a decision soon.
My message to Jeremy Hunt is get your finger out and sort this out, please. We want to know whether you're going to stop the closure or whether you agree with what's going on. At least speak to us and let us know what's going on.
A spokesperson from the Department of Health said, "We want all patients to have access to high-quality GP surgeries. We are reviewing this referral from the Health Overview and Scrutiny Committee, and a decision will be made in due course." If the decision isn't reversed by Mr Hunt, patients who are yet to re-register could be left without a doctor and access to their medical records. Now, Healthwatch Oxfordshire is urging those 3,000 patients to register at another surgery and put their health first. Charlotte Winfield for That's Oxfordshire.